All right. So following up with that, I also had this going on that I saw. I saw this today as I was looking at that. And, more and more of these emails are getting leaked. And there's something like 18,000 emails, I think, from Ghislaine Maxwell's Yahoo account that were leaked. And none of this information that's coming from any of this stuff is coming from Donald Trump. It's not coming from the committee. Obviously, we're still waiting for the representative from Arizona to be officially made a part of Congress. And of course, Mike Johnson is doing anything and everything he can to make sure that she's not sworn in. He's using the shutdown as a reason to not to. He was going to do it anyways. This is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So the only way we're getting information at this point, guys, the only way we're getting information is through the Epstein's estate, through the victims, the survivors, and through leaks. And this is one of those things from the Epstein leaks. So Epstein drafted 3 apologies as the walls closed in. Remember, guys, he didn't traffic anybody. Remember that. As investigators closed in on Predator Jeffrey Epstein in the late 2000s, he briefly considered issuing a public apology for his criminal behavior. Newly obtained emails show he turned to a high-profile communications advisor to help him craft the words. This is what it's like to be rich, guys. This is what it's like to be rich. When you need to apologize for harming children, you get to pay a person to craft your apologies for you. And these are the drafts of those apologies. Let's see, can we zoom in here? Here we go. Yeah, look at this go. Look at this go, guys. Okay, so draft number 1. I am sorry. As a child growing up, I was taught to apologize. One apologized for any number of things, and I recall thinking it was unfair when I had to apologize for something I didn't do or something I didn't think was my fault. First of all, not a great start. Not a great start. As a parent, this shit don't sound like an apology. As I've grown older, I've said I'm sorry for events unrelated to me, but where an event or outcome caused distress or pain. Those apologies are an expression of sympathy, a way of saying we care about our fellow human beings. What the fuck? This is his apology for human trafficking, guys. Oh my God, that is the worst terminology you could possibly use. I have been wrestling energetically with the challenge of how to apologize for actions of mine which cause distress to parents. Let me read that one more time for you guys. I have been wrestling energetically with the challenge of how to apologize for actions of mine which cause distress to parents, distracted our courageous members of law enforcement, and caused longtime friends to question my judgment. It is too painful to rehash events which have been prominently featured, if mischaracterized, in our local headlines. I fervently hope it will be acceptable for me to simply offer to the community my apologies for associating with young women who turned out to be under the age of 18. While some may question my assertion, I did not know. I apologize. Lawyers argue against apologies on the theory that they are an admission of guilt. I disagree. There are now enough facts on the public record for people to make up their own minds. So I hope my apology will be noted and taken as evidence of my concern for my neighbors here in Palm Beach. This was an apology that was crafted for a man that had abused a 14-year-old. Apology number 2. Here's apology number 2. You guys ready for apology number 2? Because you have to have options, guys. If you're rich, you get options, guys. Number two is a short one. Short and sweet, guys. I wish to apologize to my neighbors and friends for my actions which brought scandal and shame to my name, and to assure them I will conduct myself appropriately in the future. That's it. That's what he was going to say to all the people that lived around him that probably had kids that were under the age of 18. Don't worry about it, guys. Totally sorry. Apology number 3. Apology number 3 is pretty good, guys. Apology number 3. To my neighbors. William James, the great 19th century medical doctor and religious philosopher, wrote an essay in which he talks about 2 hours we face. The hour of terror and the hour of satiety. The satiety? That's a rich person word. The latter means that time when someone has everything is sated and asked, is this all there is? Dude, how fucking gross is that? Who is the person who wrote this shit for fucking Jeffrey Epstein? Somebody needs to find the person that wrote these apologies for Epstein and look at their hard drive. The latter means that time when someone has everything and ask, is this all there is? This is literally what I've said over and over and over again, guys. That billionaires have so much access to anything and everything they could possibly want that they start doing insanely immoral things because they don't know what it's like to have human connection anymore. They don't know how to touch, I was going to say their inner child, but that would be wildly inappropriate to say right now. To get in touch with what they used to be as a human being. He's saying, I have so much access to everything in this world that, I just couldn't help myself. Fucking wild. Wild. I've been blessed during my life. I've taken advantage of the opportunities offered by the American dream. The rewards have been substantial, but I've experienced that second hour. My life was satiated, and I failed to ask what was really important. What's important is to live so that first hour, the terror of death, is erased by having lived to make a difference in the lives of others. I've been forced to ask myself, what's important? And my choices will be different in the future. This isn't the place to review the sensational charges you may have read about. There are enough facts on the public record for anyone who wishes to review and make up his or her own mind. Please accept my sincere apologies for my selfish actions which have embarrassed me, caused my friends to question my judgment, and taken a great deal of time on part of all levels of law enforcement authorities. Again, this is a public and heartfelt apology. Like, did you guys think this shit could get any weirder? Did you think this could get any weirder? We ain't done yet. We're still fucking, we haven't even got the files yet. We haven't even got the files yet. We haven't even got the files yet. Okay. Mary Spaeth, a crisis strategist who once served as director of media relations to prep for President Ronald Reagan's White House, prepared 3 versions of a potential public apology for the predator. The draft sent in February 2008 and uncovered by Bloomberg News among an archive of Epstein's emails revealed the late financier's fleeting contemplation of contrition. The first attempt was meek. You guys, we went over all of these. 4 months after the drafts were circulated, Epstein pleaded guilty in Florida to felony solicitation and another crime. He was sentenced to just over a year in jail after negotiating a plea deal. We all know about all that stuff. And he, of course, later died in prison. Spaeth later explained her limited involvement, saying her firm had been hired through a lawyer to provide communication options for Mr. Epstein and his legal team. She added, I ultimately terminated the engagement because of my discomfort with it. Her connections to Epstein, previously undisclosed, appears only briefly in the trove of more than 18,000 emails obtained from the financier's Yahoo account. The catch provides sweeping details of his public and private lives. So yeah. What do you guys think? Like, it's just a different world. These fucking weirdos, these billionaires that are morally, like, disconnected from humanity. And Donald Trump is the face, the shield, the wall that stops them from finding any type of justice for these survivors. Because Jeffrey Epstein was not just trafficking these women to himself, no matter what the fuck Kash Patel says. Nobody believes that shit. Kash Patel doesn't believe that shit. There's absolutely no fucking way. Donald Trump is hiding the evidence that would put people away that are probably right now, and I say with 99% probability, are now harming children. MAGA doesn't care, even one little bit. Even one little bit. Even one little bit. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.